Hello, Africa. Welcome to ETV Ghana's African Women's Voices Show. This is the show that tackles issues pertaining to women as they contribute to national development. How have you been? I have missed you, and I'm so happy to be connecting with you tonight. Well, it's a special day here at the studio because it's Green Ghana Day special. So for those of you who are watching me from outside of Ghana, we are organizing a huge tree planting exercise, and Ghanaians are really excited about it. So today, we are talking to the women, especially because, we make things happen. So if women are not engaged, well, it will take a little bit of time. So we are engaging women tonight, and I know that a lot of fathers and uncles also watch the show. So you also be part of the information. Well, before I introduce our guest today, I would like to say a very big thank you to our reliable sponsors who are making it possible for this show to come up every Wednesday. First on the list is Chanashito. Chanashito is Ghana's #1 pepper sauce. If you have not tried Chanashito, I bet you if you do, you'll be telling the story day after day. Their phone number is right now at the base of your screen. And for those of you who are looking for extra income streams, well, you should give it a try. Believe you me, it's going to sell really, really fast. And I'm also loving my outfit. It has been put together by Afariwa Styles. Afariwa always ensures that I look really good for you in my beautiful African wear. You can locate her on Instagram and Facebook at afariwa.styles. You can also give her a call and she's going to sort you out. What I like about Afariwa Styles is the fact that they are all already made outfits. So you just walk in, you find the one that works for you, and you fit it, you move. It's for ladies and it's for gents. They've got accessories, they've got shoes, things to go with the outfit that you picked that will make you smiling and bubbling, just like I am. And if you want to make the best of the best jollof rice, you need the magic ingredient. Do you know? It's Leap Tomato Mix. Leap Tomato Mix ensures that your jollof rice comes out good. It doesn't matter if it's Senegalese, Ghanaian, Nigerian, Ivorian rice, whatever rice it is. You just need our Leap Tomato Mix and the difference will be clear. My hair has been put together by Awo's Hair. You can give her a call. Her number is also right now at the base of your screen. So it's Green Ghana Day, as I mentioned earlier, and I am so happy to have a rep from the Forestry Commission of Ghana. Before I introduce her, I would like to take you through the journey of Green Ghana Day. So let's just take you through there, and then when we return, I introduce my guest. So stay tuned. Before man, the world was full of minerals, flora, fauna, and greenery. Man could breathe air without pollution and toxins. Many have questioned why our forefathers appeared healthier and lived longer. The answer? The environment was green, reducing the number of pollutants released to the environment. Over the years, the mostly reckless activities of man have contributed to the depletion of the land. Ghana is no exception to the deforestation chapter. A whopping 4.2 million hectares out of 8.4 million of the country's forest was lost between 1900 and 1950. Currently, the figure stands at a little over a million. Ghana has a population of over 30 million, and if one man equals one tree, then one can conclude the situation is dire. We can no longer continue to watch unconcerned. Governments, through the Forestry Commission, the institution mandated to protect the country's forest reserves, has taken steps to save the environment, but those efforts have simply not been enough. Appears to be an ambitious move,
Government through the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources made history on the 11th of June 2021 by rallying the citizenry to successfully plant 5 million trees.
This will be a yearly exercise with increases in the number of trees each Green Ghana Day, with the goal of 100 million trees being planted in a day, all within the second term of the Akufo-Addo presidency. Economic and fruit trees such as timber, rosewood, neem, wawa, mango, orange, coconut are to be planted to serve as both forest cover and investment, so as to contribute to the growth of the economy. The seedlings planted will be nurtured, nursed, and monitored to maturity. A monitoring team has been constituted and chaired by the dependable Chief Executive Officer of the Forestry Commission, Mr. John Alote, which will present quarterly reports on how the trees are growing.
The exercise saw over 1 million Ghanaian residents plant 5 million trees across the country in a single day. The Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo-led government has made it a mandate to make Ghana green again.
Wow. It is a mandate to make Ghana green again. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to introduce our guest, and she is Mrs. Joyce Ofoyi-Kwafo. She is the Manager, Corporate Affairs and Media Relations for the Forestry Commission. She was here last year, so she is not somebody that we don't know. We all know her, and her delivery is always on point. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Eunice.
Great. So, based on what we just saw as to how it started, the target was 5 million.
Yes.
But eventually, we planted more than 5 million. How many do we even plant?
We planted close to 7 million. Before I answer your question, let me say a very good evening to your viewers and your listeners out there. And to all staff of the Forestry Commission, the Chief Executive, Mr. John Alote. He's doing a very good work with his indefatigable team of Forestry Commission staff and other management members. We are doing a very good job. So a good evening to all of them. Now, last year, we decided, or we set a target of 5 million. And by the time we realized we've distributed close to 7 million seedlings, we didn't only distribute, but we distributed and planted almost 7 million seedlings. And we were just overwhelmed with the response of people living in Ghana. You know, we just decided to prepare in case we go overboard the 5 million, and indeed, I'm very sure that if we had more than 2 million trees, we would have given everything out. So last year was a great success, and I thank Ghanaians and all people living in Ghana and all those who contributed in one way or the other to Green Ghana Day 2021 to make it a success. I say, Medamasi. God bless all of you.
I must commend the proactive nature of the Forestry Commission. The target was 5 million, but you still made more seedlings available just in case.
Yes.
Just in case. And it worked.
It really worked.
7 million.
It really worked. I mentioned earlier that if we had more than 7 million, I mean, at a point in time, we ran short of seedlings. You know, even after a week, 2 weeks, 3 days, 2 days after Green Ghana Day 2021, people were still calling in asking for seedlings.
Wow.
So we only have to tell them to wait for Green Ghana Day 2022. And here we are in 2022. Yes.
Amazing. When I started the show, I talked about how women are contributing to national development and even to keep the environment safe. Could you tell me the role women are playing within the Forestry Commission?
Thank you very much for this question. Women play very important roles in Forestry Commission. Starting from our Deputy Chief Executive, Honorable Martha Kweye-Menu, who is a female. We have members of the executive management team who are females. We have about 4 females in the executive management team. And then when you go to the various divisions, there are women in senior positions who are doing very well. Now, talk about Green Ghana Day. If you go to our seedling nurseries, where our seedlings are, you know, are prepared, there are a lot of women there who are doing very good work. We have something we call the modified tonja system, an agroforestry system with communities who live at the fringes of our forest reserves. Women play very active roles. Wow. So women are helping Ghana's forest to stand on its feet again, and I use this opportunity to commend them and to say they are doing well. They should keep up the good work.
Awesome, awesome. So happy to know that.
Yes.
I mean, you're verifying it and making it true. We're not just saying that women are contributing. I mean, there's the evidence there. Even you having been the one having to tell the story, and in your position as well,
exactly.
It goes a long way to say
exactly.
the power that women have got.
Women are doing very well in Forestry Commission. Yeah.
So what is the theme for this year's planting?
This year's Green Ghana Day is themed Mobilizing for a Greener Future.
Okay.
We are putting everything we have together, the technology, our finances, our expertise, everything together to make the country green again. We want to see our forests back to where they were many years ago, for the present and for our future. There's a saying that if you want to rest under a tree next year or next 10 years, you have to plant it today. Mm-hmm. So as we are planting the trees today, we will enjoy it in future. In as much as we are saying that we are mobilizing for a greener future, it is for the present too, because we will definitely enjoy the trees that we are planting. So the theme is mobilizing for a greener future.
Fantastic. Looking at even what you did last year, I saw that no stone was left unturned. Children were involved, people within the diplomatic corps, everyone, sportsmen, influencers, the government, like everyone was on board.
Everyone in Ghana, we were just overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
We were just overwhelmed. People you least expected, to see, all of them came out to help with the Green Ghana Day. School pupils were so much enthused about the program. They were planting, they came to our office to collect seedlings with their teachers, with their parents, to come and plant. It was so amazing. Great. It was really amazing.
All right, so if we can talk about the objectives for Green Ghana Day. I mean, one of them already been spoken about around the theme, mobilizing for a greener, Ghana. So are there other objectives as well?
Yes, there are. We are looking at inculcating the tree planting habits in our youth and in our adults as well. It's not too late to start anything in life, provided you have the right mindset. I use this opportunity to encourage parents. When your ward or your child does something and you want to appreciate the person, buy a seedling for the child, let the child plant and then water it every day. The child will see the plant grow. By the time the child is 10 years, the tree would have also been 10 years. So if we do this, if you have 3 kids and you do this for all of them, at least you get every year, they do something on their birthdays, provided you have the land. When they complete secondary school, on their graduation, something very important, you plant a tree to commemorate it. So we want to inculcate the tree planting spirit in our children and in our youth as well. And also conscientize people on the need to plant trees. We are also looking at beautifying our communities. Mm-hmm. At times you drive or walk alongside a street and you will not see a single tree, not even a flower, planted alongside the streets. And even in our medians on the roads, you will not see trees there. I mean, it doesn't make the place too exciting. So we are seeking to beautify our communities. Now, I talked about women who work in our seedling nurseries. Mm-hmm. It is a source of employment for them. They work on these seedlings and they get paid for that. And there are commercial seedling developers. That is what they do for a living. They have large number of seedlings that they have developed and they sell. So it is also a source of employment. And I'll encourage all individuals, those who have the flair for tree planting, those who have large tracts of land, they can use this opportunity, come to Forestry Commission, come for us to sit and then talk about development of plantations. Plantations is a very good source of income.
Awesome.
Yes.
So we'll go for a quick commercial break. When we return, we get to ask her about the ambitious figure of 20 million trees that we intend to plant in this 2022. Do not go away. And you are welcome back to ETV Ghana's African Women's Voices show. If you just joined us, well, you haven't missed much. However, we've been told about how Forestry Commission is trying to inculcate the spirit of planting in our children. We want to start very early to motivate our children to love planting. If they do something that you really want to appreciate them for, it's good to get them a seedling and let them nurture it and see it grow. If your child is from 2 years to 10 years old and she gets to see that her tree is 8 years old, she'll be very happy and she'll even have some kind of connection with their tree. So we're going to be finding out from her concerning the ambitious figure of 20 million. Yes, we said that the target for last year was 5 million and Ghanaians participated and we planted almost 7 million. And the Forestry Commission didn't even say 10 million this time. They rather went 20 million. Why so?
I think you answered the question in your introduction.
Okay.
The enthusiasm with which people living in Ghana embrace the 2021 Green Ghana Day urged us on, to set a higher target. I'm sure that last year, if we had more seedlings, we could have distributed and planted more. So it was based on that the target was increased. In as much as it looks very ambitious, I have so much trust in the people living in Ghana, and especially your audience watching us out there, that they are going to help us plant the 20 million seedlings.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we agree. So how are you going to get the seedlings? So for me, I'm home, and I know last year we were told to go to various places to get it. What is the case this time around?
It's the same. Okay. Forestry Commission offices, regional office in all the 16 regions and all the 50 forest districts. You will get your seedlings from there. We have prepared adequately for the seedlings. With last year, we didn't start early. Even that, we were able to get seedlings. But this year, we started very early. We have prepared very well. We have seedling nurseries, that's Forestry Commission, in each of our regions. So they nurse these seedlings. And we also source for seedlings from commercial seedling developers. They have also brought in their seedlings, so we are more than prepared for the 20 million seedlings. So the seedlings are available. Just go to any Forestry Commission regional or district offices. We will be sending some to MMDA's, regional coordinating centers in all the various regions. And in Accra Mall and some other malls will also get some of the seedlings to plant.
Wow, so you're just trying your best to make sure that it gets to
everybody.
Point.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the trees that were planted last year. We were told by the minister that there's monitoring that will be going on, reporting and everything. What is the report looking like? Yes.
Last year, 3 weeks after we planted, the monitoring team went to the field to find out how the trees were faring. They brought back a very good report. They were doing really well. Last year our fear was that the rains wouldn't come in. But if you remember, the very day that we did the tree planting, the rains came in. It fell heavily. And I'm sure God really approved of what Forestry Commission, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources did. So he blessed that with his rain. And then it started raining. So 3 weeks after, the trees were doing very well. Now, 3 months after, the chief executive himself, Mr. John Alote, went on with the media. If we had gone alone and have come back to tell our story, it would have been a different thing. But we went with the media so they could also go and see how the seedlings are faring and reports. on their various platforms. And we can confidently say that about 85% of the seedlings planted last year are doing well.
They've survived.
There have also been monitoring exercises conducted by some private, some individual organizations. They've also gone around to see if we really planted and how the seedlings are doing. And their report was also good. So they are doing very well. Now, if the seedlings were not doing well, we wouldn't have set a higher target this year. We wouldn't even have had the courage and the edge to do another one this year. So the fact that the seedlings are doing well gave us that edge to move ahead into this year's planting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So talking about how the rain fell when we did it the last time, is that what is influencing the date that was chosen this time around for it?
Precisely so. You know, June is a rainy month across the country. Look at how the rains are coming in Accra here. And because some people or some organizations and groups plant in large quantities, they will need water to water them. But at times, it's so large that they can't water them. They will have to depend on the rains. That's why we chose June, so that when the rains come in, the plants will do well. So June was specifically or intentionally chosen so that it will coincide with the major rainy season, and then the planted trees will do well.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
So talking about endorsements, we would like to see the kind of endorsement that has taken place for Green Ghana Day. Watch this.
It is evident that last year's Green Ghana Day was a success. 7 million more trees were planted, 2 million more than were targeted, because you and I believed in the Green Ghana cause. On June 10th this year, I encourage each and every one to participate in the Green Ghana Day. We are planting 20 million trees across the country. Plant one too. Make yours count. Let's make Ghana greener. Green Ghana. Let's go planting.
Green Ghana, let's go planting. So with this, we'll go for another commercial break. When we return, we're going to have Dr. Chibo on the line where she gets to talk more about Green Ghana Day. Do not go away. Green Ghana, let's go planting. Okay, before we went on the break, I mentioned that we're going to be speaking to Dr. Antoinette Darko. She is the Executive Director of Dankwa Institute, and she's going to be contributing to this conversation. She is on the line right now, so let's engage with her. Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening.
Wow, how are you doing?
I'm good, by God's grace.
Awesome. All right.
Yes.
So, could you tell us exactly where we intend to have this tree planted? 20 million trees, quite a lot. So where are we going to be planting all of these trees?
Okay, so for this year, we are planting the trees in different parts. There's the degraded forest reserves across the country where 10 million trees will be planted. And planting will also be done around farms and outside forest reserve areas, areas along our main roads or main high streets that can accommodate trees, compounds for people's homes, schools, churches, and then also planting on recreational grounds, parks, and etc. So these are the main areas where we are going to do planting.
Awesome. That is great. So what species of seedlings are we looking at? Because I know that there definitely will be some species that we are looking out for. So which of them are we going to be planting?
Okay, so there are different types. We have what you'd call the commercial species. That is, you could either have the fruit trees, the mango, coconut, orange, lemon, avocado, and these are also multi-purpose tree species because apart from giving you the fruit, they also offer you some form of shade, and they are also quite beautiful if you have them on your compound. And then, of course, we have the timber species, the eucalyptus, mahogany, orphan, cinderella, mantonia, and etc. We have the shade trees as well, the rain tree, the montalis, the flamboyant, and then most especially we have mental plants, the royal palm Kinelo, the orchid tree, and the tree of life. I think the Forestry Commission says they have a lot of the tree of life. So these are the type of seedlings that will be given out this year.
Awesome. So what can corporate Ghana do to sustain tree planting? Because it's not just about the government initiating this. We all need to get involved. What would you suggest to the corporate world here to do for us?
We have gone to corporate Ghana asking for their support. Support for Green Ghana this year came in two forms. Either corporate Ghana would adopt a compartment and go out planting. And the Forestry Commission provided a lot of details about this. So the cost for adopting a compartment and the type of trees that you would then want to go in your compartment, and how the compartment would actually be cut out and labeled after you, the corporation or company that had invested in this. Besides that, we also asked for financial support because we have to cover the logistics for the whole program. Yes, the seedlings are free because the seedlings is coming from the Forestry Commission's nursery. But the logistics in moving the seedlings around, the publicity and awareness that we've created, the printing of souvenirs and all of these things are costs. So we have asked corporate Ghana to also support us to absorb these costs, because it is not the government that can absorb all of these costs. We all need to support and understand that the planting of trees is for future, it's for our own good. So if corporate Ghana will come along with us by planting trees, we are very happy. But if not, they should also be willing to give us some financial support that will go into the logistics of ensuring that we are able to plant the 20 million trees.
Awesome. So before we take leave of you, could you tell us when distribution is going to start, or is it already happening?
Distribution is way ahead. It started some few days, I think about a week ago already. People are going to Forestry Commission and are picking it up in the district offices of Forestry Commission. In fact, the seedlings have even been sent to district offices. People who are picking quantities up are already picking it up. There's also going to be specified locations, such as the malls, like we did last year, where people would also be able to pick up their seedlings. So distribution is way ahead. I have picked up my seedlings already. So we really hope that this year people do get all the seedlings that they are looking for, and they are given the chance to plant as early as possible. You know, usually people say that it's easier to plant early in the morning, and I think that's why people have even started picking their seedlings way ahead of time.
Wow. So finally, what advice would you be giving to parents, especially mothers, when it comes to teaching their children, to love planting? What advice do you give?
I think that one of the things that we have failed to do as parents, and myself included, is we have taken it for granted what nature brings to us, the beauty of having trees in our homes. Perhaps most often we rather look at the nuisance of it. But I can remember growing up and liking the almond tree so much, liking almond and mango, and almond especially. And I don't think we have taught our children the beauty of reaching out with a stick and hitting a ripe mango from a tree. We've lost all of those things. And I think we should bring it back into our society, understand the essence of having fruit trees for conserving our environment, and also for the fact that they offer us healthy diets. There are alternatives that we need to look to. I think we've gotten to a stage in our lives where we look to buying mangoes rather than growing mangoes and picking it off the trees. And we should start to change some of those things. I have some fruit trees in my house, but I only did it because last year there was Green Ghana. So I think that this whole intentional effort, that brings the awareness, because I also realized that there are people who don't even know where to buy the seedlings. So Green Ghana's intentional effort then brings the seedlings to your doorstep, because you're actually being told in your face that go and take the seedling you want and go and plant it. So I think that as parents, we should nurture our children into that habit of knowing how to protect their environment, and at the same time, get a fruit tree in your house, a fruit tree that you should enjoy sitting under for shade, and you should also be, in a few years, be able to tear a pear or a mango or get an almond from it and enjoy it because it comes from you. I think those are some of the things that we should teach our children to do.
Oh, I admire the passion with which you made the delivery. Thank you so much for joining us on ETV Ghana's African Women's Voices show. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Talking to you. You too. All the best. Bye.
Bye. And we still have another endorsement, and that's from our former president, John Ejekun Kufuor. Please see this.
I'm happy to be part of this great campaign. We are all complaining against the menaces of climate change. It is our responsibility as citizens of the planet to admit that we have contributed to these menaces. To try to correct them, we have to accept to green the planet afresh. So, Green Ghana is a great campaign that has come at the right time. I'm urging all of us to take part in greening our nation. The exercise entails our planting in one day as many as 20 million seedlings all over Ghana. And I assure you, when we do this, we'll be saving the future of the nation and, by extension, the future of our planet. So I urge all of you, men, women, children, institutions, schools, businesses, let us all join in and plant a seedling come 10th June.
Are you ready? Yeah. All right, boys and girls, mommies, daddies, gonna phone you now. I mean, everybody, you wanna fight climate change?
And the excitement is on. If we're having endorsement like this from people we all look up to, that tells you that you really have to be part of Green Ghana Day. Do not just say, okay, it's a day I'm going to sleep. Let them go and plant. Get involved, all right? So on that note, we'll go for a quick commercial break. When we return, we get to find out who is eligible to get a seedling. Do not go away. All right, you're welcome back to ETV Ghana's African Women's Voices show. So before we went on the break, I told you we're going to be asking Auntie Joyce here who is eligible to get a seedling. But before we get to ask her that question, let's just go to our Facebook page and see what people are saying, okay? I see you, David Womano. You said, I'm watching live from TL. Okay, so which part of Ghana is TL? At any rate, thank you so much for always joining. You're a very regular viewer of African Women's Voices show. So I have other people who are sending me waves as usual, and these waves are not coming only from Ghana but beyond. I see your wave all the way from the United States of America. Ifoma Nwokedi, you sent in your wave. Thank you so much. Modun Kendelim, you've also sent in your wave all the way from the US, and I see another wave also at us from Casablanca. Oh, thank you so much for sending in your wave. I see from Cairo. I see from Ouagadougou. I see also from Lomé. I see all these waves from across Africa and coming down to Ghana. I see so many waves at us from Accra, Trifupraso. I am seeing from the Volta region, Sunyani. I'm seeing some other waves from Tamale, Navrongo. Thank you all so much for sending in your waves. I hope you're going to be part of Green Ghana Day. We've got just 2 days, all right? So let me remind you of the countdown. It's just 2 days to Green Ghana Day. Watch this footage. When we return, we get to find out who is eligible to get a seedling.
Time and tide waits for no man. And with the increased cases of global warming, I assure you of the great work and policies the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has put in place to contribute to the global efforts at halting climate change. In the next 2 days, on behalf of the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, I encourage all Ghanaians of all shades and persuasions, residents of Ghana alike, to participate in a nationwide tree planting exercise. 20 million tree seedlings have been mobilized and are being distributed freely to everyone. You may pick up your free seedlings from any district office of the Forestry Commission, district assemblies, and/or public places, and join us plant on June 10th to restore our degraded lands and vegetations. Green Ghana is a wake-up call and a great initiative to remind us all that nature begets nature. Indeed, I dare say that planting trees is godly. Green Ghana, let's go planting.
Are you ready? Yeah. All right, boys and girls, mommies, daddies, gonna phone you now. I mean, everybody, you wanna fight climate change?
Green Ghana, let's go planting. I am so excited about Green Ghana Day. So, Aunt Joyce, when we spoke to Dr. Antoinette, she mentioned that there are some cost elements around the distribution, and we're looking at corporate Ghana to support the initiative and all. Last year, the trees were for free. But looking at the cost element involved, are you going to be selling the trees this time around to people?
Thank you for asking me this question, Eunice. Once again, the tree seedlings are free.
Okay.
Let me repeat. The seedlings are free. You don't pay a dime. The only thing you have to do is just walk to the nearby seedling collection point and then go and speak with the Forestry Commission official in charge of the distribution. Of course, they take your details, your name, your contact, the type of seedlings you are taking, so that we can follow up, call you and find out how the seedlings are faring. Apart from that, we don't take anything from collectors. So the seedlings are free, as we did last year. Yeah.
So please, do not let anyone tell you, oh, I've got about 50 coconuts, I'm selling it, come and buy, because you'll not be able to get it at the Forestry Commission. There are seedlings, okay? Do not let anyone sell it to you. Just move to the Forestry Commission at the regional level and you'll get whatever tree it is that you want, whatever seedling that you want. So now we get to the question I've been wanting to ask. Who is eligible to approach the Forestry Commission to pick a seedling?
The doors of Forestry Commission are open to you and you watching me out there.
Okay.
We are there because of you for Green Ghana Day. Everyone who can plant, who has a piece of land, if even it is as small as my palm, just put a seedling there, a flower, or at least a fruit tree. You can sit under it for shade, enjoy the fresh air, and you can also enjoy the fruits as well. So everyone living in Ghana, plant at least one tree, but I know a lot of people will be planting more than one tree. So everyone living in Ghana and everyone who wants to live in the future should also go and collect a seedling and plant. Because we always say that when the last tree dies, the last man dies. It's something that we've said over the years. But then when you look at it and analyze it very well, you can see that our lives revolves around trees, forests, without which we cannot live. So anyone who is alive now and wants to live again should please go and collect a seedling and plant on 10th June 2022, which is Green Ghana Day.
Awesome. So I'm going to be opening the phone lines right now. The number is at the base of your screen. So if you've got any questions you would like to ask Joyce here in the studio, please feel free to ask her those questions. I believe I've asked quite a number of them, but you know, you could still have that one that you want to know about. Maybe you missed the beginning and you want to ask. So please give us a call and let's interact with you, because in a few moments we'll be wrapping it up and then you'll not get the chance to ask your questions. You can send your question to our Facebook page or you give us a call right now as the numbers are at the base of your screen. And remember to lower your TV set, all right? Because sometimes you want to let everybody know you're calling. We're going to have feedback. So you just reduce the volume and then you can speak earnestly to us. All right, so I know that Doctor mentioned corporate Ghana and the kind of help that we are looking at, you know, to get from them. And you've approached them already. From the conversations with them, are they looking like they are, even if they're not joining this year, like they are getting interested in supporting?
Yes, I must say the interest is quite high.
Okay.
And we are looking forward to getting a positive response from ETV as well. I think when Dr. Sibodako was talking, she mentioned that this year we are going to do some planting in some degraded areas in compartments. So these are places where a lot of illegal activities have gone on over the years, and the places are bare due to illegal logging, illegal felling of trees. So we want to plant in those places. And she mentioned the logistics, the cost involved.
Okay, please hold the thought. I hear we have a caller.
Okay.
Hello, caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Please, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Richard Coulson calling from Takwa.
From Takwa. Okay, please go ahead.
I would like to know the distance on the road, the minimum distance that you are supposed to, assuming you want to plant by a highway or any road leading to, let's say, the roads in the street, the minimum distance that you have to plant the tree from the roadside.
All right. So hold on. She's going to respond to your question.
Yes, the person wanted to know the distance
Yes.
from the roadside. When you visit the Forestry Commission office or the seedling distribution points, have a conversation. It depends on the type of tree it is that you are collecting. So when you have a discussion with the Forestry Commission official distributing the seedlings, the person will give you the advice depending on where you are planting it and the type of seedling you are planting. Yes.
Okay. So engage them when you go to get your seedling, and they will let you know the distance for the particular seedlings they're going to give to you. Thank you so much for calling in from Takwa. All right. So we can finish up our conversation.
Yes. So Dr. Tibodako mentioned that a lot of money goes into this project. So because we are going to plant in compartments, degraded compartments in forest reserves, we are calling on all corporate bodies. And as I mentioned earlier on ETV, we are calling on you to come and help us plant some of these degraded compartments. And the compartments will be branded in your name. We'll give you a very beautiful signboard.
Hello. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Michael and I'm calling from Tema.
Okay, Michael from Tema. Please go ahead.
Yes, the issue is I would like the AFC madam to educate Ghanaians on nurturing, not just putting the tree in the soil and leave it like that. There's the need to nurture it till it becomes the big tree we all expect it to be. So nurturing is one other important feature of tree planting, and I would like to expatiate on those issues more.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in. So would you want to respond to that?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Kola. And as you said, you are very right. When you plant the tree, it is just one aspect of it. You have to nurture it to grow. And we are looking at watering it morning and evening, depending on where you plant it and depending on the type of seedling it is. That is why I always encourage collectors that when they go for the seedling, they should engage the Forestry Commission official for technical advice on how to plant and also how to nurture the seedling. So you have to water it. And now, depending on where you planted it, assuming you planted it in front of your house, where you have some stray animals passing day in and day out, you have to get a cage to cover it. You put the cage around it so that it will prevent the animals from feeding on the seedling, so it can grow very well. There are situations whereby you get weeds growing around the seedling. You have to make sure you clear all the seedlings around the seedling so the weeds don't compete with the food for the trees, so the trees can grow very well. Now, when it gets to a point, for those who are doing commercial plantations or those who are planting large quantities, you see, like, to get to a point, they have to cut down some of the branches. It is called thinning, so that the trees can grow very well. So when you go for the seedling, kindly engage the Forestry Commission official for some of these tips.
Great.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kola. It was a very good one.
It was a very good one.
Yeah.
And interestingly, our time is up. So we would like you to give your final words and then we wrap it up.
Yes, we have some dedicated lines for people to call on where to get seedlings and how to plant and any other information they might need. And there are 0249 22 7796, 0244 02 4888, 02082 90797, 055 32 50 117. These lines are on 5 days in a week, and from morning till 5 p.m. when we close from the office. So if you have any inquiries about the Green Ghana Day, kindly call these lines. And I use this opportunity to call on everyone living in Ghana. If you haven't gone for your seedling, kindly do so. And then on Friday, 10th June 2022, please go to your designated planting site and go and plant. And after planting, please make sure you nurture the tree to grow so that next year you can take a picture of it and then send it to Forestry Commission and tell us, yes, I took part in the Green Ghana Day 2022 and this is how far my tree has grown. Oh. Green Ghana Day, let's go planting. Green Ghana Day, let's go planting. And for the last time,
Green Ghana Day,
let's go planting. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us. So we're going to have this uploaded on YouTube tomorrow. Please look out for it, okay? And if you missed it, go on our Facebook page. We streamed it. You could just watch it all over again. So until we meet, do enjoy the rest of our interesting lineup for you and a song from Wiala, I Believe in Africa. Bye-bye.